guys, hi. Big wave to everybody, big high five. Welcome back. So you all ready? I hope you enjoyed your thread beading bubble ones. We're gonna have some loads of fun with that. Right, you all ready for the next one? So we're looking for a pack that says week 1 task or TSK 2. So see if you can find that. You should be this one here. The other thing we need to do, we need to get from your packs, excuse me, from your packs, inside you'll see there are some full sheets of card. So we need to get one of those, and the one we need is this one, the white one that has lots of holes all around it. See all those little holes? Don't worry, we don't have any mice. We put them there. So you're going to get that one out of your packs. If you don't have it, and you've put the pack somewhere safe, which I hope you do every evening, pause me now, run and get that, and then come back. Should also say that I am in real time, I'm going to be going through this probably a little bit quicker than we would do in a normal class. So at any time, if I'm moving on and you're not quite ready, hit the pause button. That's what it's there for. That's one of the reasons why our pre-record videos are so much fun and so, not so better, but they're very useful in terms of being able to take a break and slow down, because we've got a variety of ages of little people, right from the smallest up to 8, 9, 10-year-olds who are joining us. So use the pause button. Don't be shy with that. Go through each step as you need to at your own pace. Okay, that's really important. The other thing that's really important, obviously, is just don't leave your little people unattended. Stay with them. Make sure they're safe at all times with all the little stuff that's around. So get your week 1 task 2 pack, which is going to be the brown ones. All these are recyclable, so please feel free to recycle these as you need. Right in here, you will find one of these, which is a glue pack. Now they're in little sealable bags. Don't do anything with this yet. I will talk you through how we use these, but you will find as we go through the weeks, our paints and our glues are all going to come in these kind of little sealable bags. So I'll give you a top tip on using those as we get to that point. You will also find in your bag a little lollipop stick. These are going to be for spreading same said glue, so just pop it out, leave that to one side. For those of you who are with us, you will know why this card with all these holes exists, for those of you who have been with us before. So you will also find in your bag a wiggly, colourful worm like this one, which is a piece of wool, so get that bad boy out. And the penultimate, second to last one you'll find in there is a little sewing safety needle, so get that one out. Then if you have a look in the bag, you'll see in the bottom of your bag there's lots of sequins or little sticky things. So don't take those out. What we suggest you do, and that we'll do a lot of with these, is take the bag, give it a little fold, and just tear the top off the bag. Okay? Nice and flat if you can. Doesn't matter if you can't. Put that to one side. And then when the time is right, we don't need them this very second, but you can just flatten the bag down, make it like you're making like a little boat out of it. Doesn't matter if it tears, but it just means they're nice and contained. You don't need to worry about them spilling all over the place or running for a bowl. Now, basically you make a little bowl out of the bag. So put that to one side for the moment. And the most important things we need now, 3 things. We need our card, we need our needle, and we need our thread. So, first job, big people, for those of you who have little people, if you can help me out by threading the needle. Now, what's important when we thread in the needle, and of course I'm sure you know, we're sewing. I know we're diving straight at the deep end in week 1, going sewing, but you're totally able to do this. Just follow me, pause me as you need to. It will be absolutely fine. You'll have loads of fun with this. So we're going to thread the needle, and we're only going to thread it about that much. It's about 1.5 inches kind of thing. For those of you who are in that system, for those of you who are not, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 centimeters, something like that. Okay? Now, what we're going to do to stop the thread constantly falling out of the needle and you constantly rethreading, all we're going to do is take that short end and we're just going to tie a very simple knot just around it and pull. So you can see what I've done there. There's a little knot and just pull it tight. And all that does is stops the needle from constantly coming out. So we're going to have one single thread. We're not double threading. Okay, for those of you who are seamstresses, we're single threading. Okay, so one big long thread. Okay, very, very good. So if you need to, pause me and do that. For those of you who have slightly older people, you should try threading this. You should be able to. You should certainly have a good go at trying to get that thread in there and put a little knot in it. Really good practice for your little fine motor skills. Once we've done this, we're going to do a similar thing with the card and the other end of our wool. So first things first, just to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing, is we're going to find a corner and we're going to put the needle in so it hangs down. And all we're going to do is pull, 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 pull. Now, if we keep pulling too much, of course the thread's going to fall out. So to stop that from happening, all we're going to do is just like we did with our needle and the other end, we're going to pull it right through till we get close to the end and there's a little piece hanging off. And we're going to do exactly the same and we're going to tie a knot in that one. So you can single knot it or double knot it, doesn't matter, put a double knot in it. And then that will hold the little piece hanging down there. That's absolutely fine, we want that there. And that will stop it from pulling out. And then we're going to sew. Now we've put lots of holes in this card, so for you guys who are a little bit older, you can go every hole. For those who are a little bit younger and are just working on this and practicing this hand-eye coordination skill and fine motor skills, you can do every second hole if you want. Or, you know, what's great about this, in the live world, we'd be kind of with each other. So you can take your time, you can pause me and just go and do every hole if you want. That's what's kind of great. So I'm going to, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to do every second hole. For small fingers who might get distracted with all these things, sorry, that was my phone, with all of these things that are hanging down all over the place, what we always try and say is put it all up on top, put the needle through the hole, and you do this, big people, and then it leaves hanging, and then we're going to ask our little people to get your fingers and grab the green one. My needle is a green needle. Obviously, if yours is pink or blue or whichever color you have, you use the appropriate color, and we're going to grab it, and so from their point of view, that's the only thing that's hanging down and they can see. So we're going to pull, 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 pull. Yeah, there you go. Well done. We turn the card over, and then we do the same again. Pile it up on top, pop the needle through the next hole. It's the only one hanging down, and then we pull, 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 pull. There you go. Turn it over. Same again. Pile it up on top, in through the hole, pull, 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 pull. Nice and tight. Turn it over. Pile it up on top, through the hole, and we pull, 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 pull. And we keep going like that. Now, as you get better at this, and for slightly older ones, but still small ones, it's absolutely fine. You let them try and do the next stage, which is them putting it in their hole themselves. Now, what you might need to do is cover your fingers over 2 of the holes on either side, so there's only one hole that they can see, so it's not confusing for them. Remember, this is a big task for these guys, so you can cover it over and encourage them just to push it in the hole. So they can push it in the hole, and then you can lift it up so they can see, and then pull, 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 pull. For those of you who are a little bit older, of course, you guys will be able to just take your time, up and down through every hole, making sure you pull it nice and tight. And now as you get a little bit better, for you guys who are slightly older, you don't have to keep turning the card because you'll know the up. So instead of pushing down and pulling, you're going to put it up from the bottom, and you can switch one hand and switch it. If not, use your second hand and you can pull, 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 pull. And the same with, again, you can push it down and pull with one hand. And you're basically going to keep going until you go around and around. And what will happen is you will eventually end up right back at the beginning. Yeah? And you'll end up, so you go through the first hole that you started. Now, one thread will be longer, one thread will be shorter. So all you're going to do is take those two ends, tie a little knot in it, double knot it, so 2 knots, just so it holds nicely in place. Get yourself a little scissors and just give it a little chop. Your needle, hold on to it. This is a fantastic task that can be done with just some simple card and some wool. Hold on to that safety needle. I suggest you put it to one side for the moment and then put it back in your bag and put the whole up back into your pack. Sorry, I'm pointing over here because my pack is here. And then put that away in a safe place. But hold on to the needle. It's not. We won't use it again in this term. We do our sewing every term, but in this term we won't use the needle again. But you know, you guys can. And these are such good fun tasks to do. So you do that, and what you end up with is a beautiful sewn, sorry for the focus, piece of card. Oh, there you go, I'm back in focus. And it's such good fun. Now, of course, it's beautiful sewing, but it's a little bit boring. And we don't like boring. So, next stage, now if you need to, pause me, catch up, and then you can catch me up at this next stage. For those of you who are with me, what we're going to do is get a pen, simple, any pen or a pencil or anything at all. I'm going to get you to draw your initial. So I'm going to go with an A. No, it's not for Alan, it's for Artful Toddler or our main man, Artie. So it's just a simple A. There you go. You guys can have a look. So, guys, my phone's going crazy. So many people watching me. So a simple A, just like that. Now, obviously, if yours is a B or a C or a D, that's absolutely fair. But make it big. Don't be shy. Go big. Always the way to go. And what we're going to do now is just leave that down for a moment. And what I want you to do is I want you to get your glue packs. Now, you'll see in your glue packs, the top, these are sealable bags. We're not going to go from the top. Don't be tempted to open it up from the top. We're going to do something slightly different. And what I want you to do is find a corner at the bottom, okay? One of these corners at the bottom. And all we're going to do is with a little scissors, chop, chop. Big people, you're doing this, not your little people. We're just going to cut a corner, just like that. So we're going to nip off a little corner, the tiniest little piece. And then what happens is this then becomes a squeezable glue pack. So you can just squeeze it. Now, you don't need to go running for newspaper or anything like that. Remember, we tore off the top of our bag, so you can use that as a glue surface. And I'm going to hold it up while I'm doing this. You guys should hold it down a bit closer, but I'm going to hold it up. And all you're going to do is squeeze the bag, and watch what happens. Boom. Glue comes out. And what's good about this is we'll have given you quite a bit of glue probably, so you won't need it all. You can just squeeze out what you need. And then take the corner that's there and just fold it over. Yeah, and you can put a little bit of sellotape on that, and then you can save this glue. Use it somewhere else. Once it's sealed, it won't harden. There's no air in there, so it won't harden. So you can put a little bit of sellotape over that, and then if you need some glue for something, you have some. Plenty of glue will be coming in all the packs, so you won't need any, but you never know. So it's always good to save it. Just make sure you do put a little bit of tape on it, because if you put it back in your pack for safekeeping and you squeeze it accidentally and the glue spills everywhere, that could be a bit of a mess. So for the moment, don't put tape on it because we might need some more. So you're going to squeeze out some. That's what I've put on mine, just a good squeeze. Then we get our sticks. Let me put that one in front of me so you can see it. And all we're doing is we're going to scoop and we're going to drizzle. So we're going to scoop and drizzle our glue on top of our letters. So we're essentially tracing. So what you guys wrote on whether it's an A or a B or a C or a D, I'm going to show you, don't worry. There you go. And you're going to trace up and down or around that letter or number, if you've got a favorite number, or it could be a shape, it could be a triangle or a box or anything. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to do anything like that. You could just put some dollops, put some dots on and get your little people to trace the little dollops and the little dots. As always with us, we have a guide and we do things in a certain way, but your creative freedom is there. That's what we try to encourage. So break the rules, that's what they're there for. So get your letter or your shape, get it all done, get some glue on it. You don't have to do the whole thing in one. You could just do one piece of it and then come back and do some gluing afterwards and do another bit, because then we're going to do our decorating. So all we're going to do then in our bag, remember we made our little boat bag? Very good. And in there are our lovely sequins. And all we're going to do, pincer fingers. So for very, very small people, put one or two out at a time, big people, so you can keep an eye on them and monitor them. Don't just let them dig into the bag, because they're naturally going to want to go, ah, and we don't want that. So we're going to do, and again, we're going to use our colors. So I'm going to pick a lovely pink one, pincer fingers, all like that. And then all we're going to do, I say start at the bottom. You can start at the top, you can start at the side, it doesn't matter. And we're just going to pop them in place. I'm going to try and do it while I'm holding up the card like this. Try and get a better angle so you can see that. And then we're going to put one, we're going to put a gold one, and then you're going to do a silver one. The red one kind of fell in place there. And a red one, and then another red one. I'm not going to do a crazy pattern. I'm just going to do them as I pull them out. And a gold one. But for you guys, you can go, okay, let's get, so if you put like 3 or 4 colors out, you're practicing your colors, you can do, where is the pink one? So we're going to pick up the pink one and pop the pink one on. And we're going to keep going all the way around. I'm going to stay with us until we do this. I'm going to carry all the way around. I'm going to show you what I've done so far. Little tapping finger goes on top. So here's one piece of mine. There we go. Beautiful. And we're just going to carry on up the whole way. I'm going to turn them around this time. And that's what we're going to do. So take your time with it. Again, I'm going to go through this at my pace. And you guys pause me anytime you like. I won't feel offended, I promise. And we are going to just keep going. Tap, tap, tap as you go. So tapping finger, super important. Tap, 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 tap. For very small fingers on really flat surfaces, they might be a little, they have got a little bend in them, but they might be a little bit tricky for them to get. So if they are, pop them in your hand. So you can put a green one, because your hands are a little bit softer, big people. You can do a green one and a pink one and a blue one, exactly the same idea, and hand them out and just say which one would you like, and then it's going to be a little bit easier probably for your very small people to pick them off your hand. And then pop them down. And remember, what's super important is if they don't go on the line, it doesn't matter. That's not what we're after. We're not seeking perfection here, okay? Unlike a maths problem, nothing created is ever wrong. So wherever they end up, they end up. The key to all of these tasks and everything that we try and do, as well as obviously having lots of fun, is it's all about developing those fine motor skills, that hand-eye coordination, and everything that these little guys need to help them, develop the skills and the muscles that they need when it comes to writing and doing all that really super good stuff. So don't be too. I know it's hard sometimes when they're trying to do a perfect A, B, C, D, or an E, and all of a sudden I'm going to do one just to be crazy. You're doing your beautiful A and it's nearly completed and it looks absolutely perfect, and then all of a sudden somebody decides they want to stick one up in that corner and your OCDs go crazy. Don't worry about that. Just let it go. Let them have fun. It doesn't matter where they go. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. I'm even going to leave that random green one up there. And the other thing that for those of you who may not have been in some of our classes before, be generous with the glue. This glue, this is all very safe and everything, but what's good about it is it evaporates and it dries clear. So if it looks like there's a crazy amount of glue there, just don't stress. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. It will all go away. It will all do its thing, and it's all going to end up beautifully. I'm going to go crazy and just stick a few random ones. all over the place, and you keep going until you've done whatever shapes or whatever things it is that you need to do for your one. Just like that. Gonna give you another quick look at mine. There we go. So it's coming along nicely. And you know what's good about these as well is, you know, like all people, sometimes we're gonna have bad days. And if it looks like you're, you know, losing your little people and they just want to get down and have a little run around, let them get down, let them have a little run around. Come back to this on another day or later on in the afternoon or whenever it is. It doesn't matter if you've got put loads of glue on there and it dries in, makes no difference. Come back to it. You've got your little glue pack, you'll have sealed it down. And just come back when you know they're feeling into it a little bit more. Do a little bit more, and if you get 10-15 minutes out of it, and they want to go away and have another little belt around, it's absolutely fine. Don't worry. All of these things are slow and steady. So there he is, just like that. A beautiful A is for Artie, Artful Toddler, and I hope you guys keep up with this, keep going, have some fun. Please, please, please take some pictures of you guys doing it, and send them in to us. We absolutely love to see them. And we will have our bubble song up very soon, so you can click on that and you can have a little bit of fun with that. And in the meantime, finish off your sequencing, have some fun, as I say, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care of yourself. Bye.